In this video, we're going to compare the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 to the Focusrite Vocaster 2. Both of these are audio interfaces made by the same manufacturer for very different reasons. We're going to walk through all those reasons so you know at the end of this video which one of these audio interfaces is best for you. Now, if you are looking for pricing or specs, we do have links down in the description below with current up-to-date pricing on either one of these audio interfaces and everything else that you see in this video from a variety of online retailers to make sure that you can find the best price possible. Now, just to spoil the whole video right away, I'm just going to say the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 is a very versatile, broad-use audio interface. You can connect two microphones to it for your recording, or you can connect two 1/4-inch instrument level inputs into it, so anything with a magnetic pickup, electric guitar, electric bass, or you can connect up to two line level inputs, so a keyboard or a beat machine or anything like that. You can mix and match any two inputs at the same time to record a variety of sources. This is why it's loved by musicians and music producers. It's a great all-round audio interface. Now, compared to that is the Vocaster 2. The Vocaster 2 is a podcast-specific audio interface. You can definitely use it for live streaming and recording as well, but the point here is it's not really made for connecting instruments or line-level inputs. It has two microphone inputs, but it does have a whole bunch of podcasting-specific tools. You can connect your phone, you can connect a Bluetooth device, you can mix a whole variety of inputs on this device that makes it really easy to record up to a two-person podcast. Now, when we're comparing the inputs on either one of these devices, I do just want to mention as well, the XLR microphone preamps are one of the most discussed things when it comes to microphone quality. This is what takes the microphone level signal and brings it into the audio interface so you can record it. Now, the published specs on the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 is that it has a 69 dB microphone preamp. On the Focusrite Vocaster 2, it has a 70 dB microphone preamp. That 1 dB is not a very big deal at all, the difference between them. And I would say that they both have extremely high quality microphone preamps that can power almost every microphone on the market. Certainly every microphone that I have in the studio here works really well with either one of these audio interfaces, including the infamously hard to power Shure SM7B. Next, let's take a close look at the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. On the back of this audio interface, you can see some connection options here. You have two XLR inputs that you can connect a microphone to. Beside that, we have two 1/4-inch balanced TRS outputs. You can connect your studio monitors to this. That works really well. There's a Kensington lock slot here in the top corner. And then we have two ways of powering this. One, you can connect it to the USB to your computer, or you can connect an additional 5-volt power supply through USB if you are having to power this device if you're connecting it to a mobile device such as your phone. On the front of this audio interface, you can see the two 1/4-inch inputs here. You can connect a 1/4-inch instrument or a 1/4-inch line level source. Now, you just need to select the channel that you're working with using the select button, and then you get a whole variety of options here. You can turn on 48 volts of phantom power if you're using a condenser microphone. You can use this instrument button to select whether or not you're in instrument mode on the 1/4-inch input on the front. There's an auto button here that lets you automatically set the gain. So when you're speaking into your microphone or you're testing your instrument, you just single press this. It'll take about 10 seconds to calibrate as you're playing your instrument or singing into the microphone. It'll automatically set the level for you. If you do want to fine tune the level, that's no problem. You can still turn it up or down, and you can see how the halo here moves and indicates the level that you're at. There's also this safe mode here. This will prevent your microphone from peaking or clipping. And then there's the air mode. The air mode will alter the way that the microphone sounds. It gives a high frequency boost, and it gives you the option to add some analog distortion as well. Then we get this output knob, which controls the output of your monitors that you connect to the back of the audio interface. You get a direct monitoring button that allows you to listen to your microphones in either ear, or you can listen to the feed from your computer coming into the audio interface. Then, of course, you get a headphone input and headphone volume. You can see on the software here that you can turn up or down either microphone as you wish. You can turn on auto gain to automatically set the gain for you. You can toggle the instrument mode on either channel, safe mode on either channel, and air mode on either channel, and you can choose whether or not you want presence and distortion on your microphone. Up in the top corner here, you can see that you get the 48 volts of phantom power if you are using a condenser microphone. Next, let's take a close look at the Vocaster 2 and see how it's different than the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. On the back of this device, we can see that there's two XLR inputs here for microphones. It's very clear here which is for the host and which is for the guest of your two-person podcast or live stream. Beside that, we do have 48 volts of phantom power if you want to use a condenser microphone. Beside that, we find a TRRS connection. So if you are wanting to connect your phone or tablet or computer to this, not only can you send music from those devices, but this will also send your podcast recording back to that device if you are recording or if you're hosting a remote guest or anything like that. We do also find this Bluetooth button, so you can pair this to your Bluetooth device like your phone. Again, if you're wanting to record on your phone, send music from your phone, or host an online guest, you can do that as well. Below that, we find two 1/4-inch outputs for your studio monitors. We do find this camera output here. So this is just a feed that you can plug directly into your camera if you are recording. This makes it really, really easy, so you don't have to line up the audio with your camera after the fact. You can just send the audio, it's all processed and mixed and ready to go straight to your camera for the recording. We do find a Kensington lock slot and a USB input here on the back of the device beside the power button. On the top of the device, we find a very intuitive interface here. Right off the top, we get two volume controls for the host or the guest that go to the headphones for either the host or the guest. That works really well. Then we find the settings for each person on the podcast. Starting with the host, you're able to mute the microphone. You can add an enhancement, which we'll talk about more with the software once we take a look at that. And then we find the auto gain. The auto gain works exactly as it does on the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. You single press it once, and then it will automatically set the gain for you. Next, we get the same controls for the guest of your podcast. So you can set the gain and adjust the gain up or down, or you can long press it if you do want that auto gain feature. You can turn on any voice enhancements that you want to use for the guest, and you can mute their microphone as well. Most often, if they're coughing or sneezing, or if they just don't want to be heard at a given time, you can mute their microphone. Let's take a look at the software now so you can see how the software works. At the top of the Vocaster Hub software here, you can see that you do get the same controls that you get on the interface itself. You can adjust the level for either microphone, you can mute the microphone, or you can add enhancements. There are some presets here, radio, clean, warm, and bright. If you want to select one of these, you can edit it if you don't like it. So you can turn it on, or you can go into this menu here to edit all the enhancements. You can change the 3-band EQ, the rumble reduction, or the compression for each microphone. Both microphones have this option, so you can edit them to your liking. Next, we find the mixer. So you can mix again between the host and the guest, your aux input, that 3.5mm TRRS input on the back, or your Bluetooth input. Then you get two loop backs. So this is really cool. This is an audio feed from software on your computer. So if you are watching YouTube videos and reacting to that or something like that, you can mix those into this as well. And then you can control the main output for your whole mix. So as you can see, these are two very different devices for very different reasons. My recommendation is if you're interested in music, or if you're ever going to want to record a keyboard, a line level instrument, or guitar, or anything like that, I definitely recommend that you go with the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. That being said, if you have no interest in music, you just want to sound better on online meetings, or you want to start a podcast for 1 or 2 people, or you're into live streaming, the Focusrite Vocaster 2 is a much better audio interface for that purpose. I hope this video is helpful. Again, if you are looking for pricing or specs for either of these, we have links down in the description below. If you have any questions or comments, leave a question down in the comment section below. And if you want to see more videos like this in the future, please like and subscribe. Thank you for watching.